Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to another episode of the Football Stooges. This is our week 11 and 12 wrap up and prediction. Thank you for joining us, whether you're listening on any of our podcast platforms or watching us on YouTube. We're happy that you're here. Please make sure to like the video, to follow us on our platforms, and leave questions down below. We'll do our best to answer them at the end of every episode. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Following me wherever I go with any of these podcast episodes is the one and only, Mastodon. Nearly died there.
I came late, just like the Eagles decided to do late on this past Sunday.
Leave it to you to be mad about an Eagles win. And man that is never mad about a win in any situation, because the region of Chicago sucks in sports in general for the past couple of years. Mamba.
Tank. We're winning the Tank Bowl.
Almost. I mean, is it a good year for the? Is it a good year for the Bears to tank? I mean, I don't think they have a choice, but at the same time, like, who's the big ticket name you're going after? Because the big name that everyone's looking at right now, at least as far as good players, and a guy that's probably going to have a chance to win the Heisman with Hendon Hooker out, is Bryce Young.
I mean, we got money and we got picks, so
they don't need a QB.
That's what I'm saying. You don't need a
QB,
and there's Hendon Hooker, who obviously had an ACL injury, which is awful, but at the same time could still be very good. You got Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, quarterback. Those are probably the top three prospects, in at least that jump on, out at you. But what else?
By the way, I just noticed this lobby. You're not centered.
I'm not centered. Well, I'm leaning. Lead.
You got the lean.
Man, they don't need a quarterback. They could go offensive line, and they can mess with other teams getting the draft picks.
The Michigan's, formerly Virginia, now Michigan's starting center, who's been insane this entire year, Olutawani is, I believe I pronounced that correctly, he has a very challenging last name. He is graduating, I believe. He could come back, but also at the same time, he's like NFL ready. He looks like Lyndon Baum.
Bro, we got people on our team that should probably be playing the XFL and not the NFL. All right,
our team is. Oh, what are you gonna do?
Ass.
Our team is ass.
It's ass. All right.
All right.
But next year.
It's always next year. All right. So we'll probably actually cover the 49ers Cardinals game because it's going on right now. We are recording on a Monday because it is Thanksgiving weekend. So happy Thanksgiving from our crew to yours.
Gobble gobble.
So yeah, gobble gobble. 49ers are currently gobbling up all the yards against the Cardinals, but we will cover whatever that game ends up being at the end. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first game, the Thursday night game, which was interesting to say the least. A lot less close than I thought it'd be, but what are you going to do? Tennessee Titans in Thursday Night Football walk into Lambeau Field and beat the Green Bay Packers 27-17. Ryan Tannehill throwing a lot, actually. 2 for 27, 333 yards with a 12.3 average, 2 touchdowns and an interception, only being sacked 3 times. And Derrick Henry, believe it or not, 2 completions and 2 attempts. So 100% on his completion, 4 yards and 1 touchdown.
One of them was a touchdown.
Yeah. Again, he did this last year. He's doing it this year. Honestly, after Derrick Henry's performance this entire year, I feel like he's in the front runner for MVP. Because the Titans without him would be
nothing.
The Bears. Aaron Rodgers, 24 for 39, 227, 5.8 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 sack. Not a great game for him, but also not awful. His completions was a little bad. And the biggest thing we noticed was key passes by Rodgers. There were a bunch of key passes that he was throwing that were not hitting the target. They were long. They were, past the mark. They were over people's heads or too low. So it was a very inaccurate day for Rodgers. Rushing yards, not an insane day for Derrick Henry. He was actually held pretty low rushing yards for the Green Bay defense. 28 carries, only 87 yards, a 3.1 average. That's pretty low for Derrick Henry.
That is low, but you got to see Tannehill was slinging the ball the whole time. So, I mean, they balanced it out. Like, they didn't go full Derrick Henry had 28 carries. Sure, that's on the high side, but
28 carries is ridiculous as far as
past couple of games he was
over
over 30 carries.
That's what you see in the Panthers and Foreman. Or,
yeah,
what you saw on like the Titans when they had CJ2K and nobody years ago.
The past couple of games, Henry has been carrying over 30 yards. So
over 30
yards. Definitely over 30 carries. Sorry,
it's more rushing attempts than Tannehill's passing attempts.
They also probably wanted to give Henry a break because when they had Malik Willis, I think they very quickly realized, damn, this guy sucks, and so they kind of moved on and just said we gotta ride Derrick Henry for the wins, and they did it. And now Tannehill's back, and they're kind of like probably giving Derrick Henry some in-game rest, which is weird. Green Bay's rushing yards was not great. A.J. Dillon 6 for 13, Aaron Jones 12 for 40. Not great from them. Receiving, Treylon Burks had 111 yards receiving on 7 receptions, and Robert Woods had 69 yards on 6 receptions. Nice. Randall Cobb, 6 receptions for 73 for Green Bay, and Lazard had 57 yards on 5 catches, and Christian Watson, even with 2 touchdowns, had 4 receptions for 48 yards. So not an insane performance from him, even from last week's performance. Yeah, it was a kind of just well-rounded attack from the Titans, which is odd. Odd to say.
Why do I feel like Aaron Rodgers favors Randall Cobb? Actually,
not really.
Alan Lazar had more targets. Never mind.
I mean, he started to find Christian Watson more now that Christian Watson's getting open a lot more and actually coming into himself as a receiver in the NFL.
Green Bay is bad. Like their defense
Bears level of bad.
Even then, their defense has not lived up to what it's supposed to look like.
True, but I think the offense doesn't help.
Right.
I mean, if you go fucking like 3 and out, how many times your defense is out there for how long? Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, you're giving
Tannehill's completion percentage isn't bad. Like 22 for 27. I know it's not a lot of attempts, but still 22.
I mean, he was averaging 12 yards a throw. I mean, that's pretty
he was
good.
fucking slinging it. Hats off to Tannehill in this game for doing well.
Is it Tannehill doing well, or is it the Packers defense just being absolute ass on the?
Probably a bit of both. I mean, Tennessee just did well. Tennessee just did well in a lot of regards here, and I think it was obviously the more balanced attack that the Green Bay Packers weren't expecting because they had to load the box, and that means if they load the box, more people are close, so further passes are going to be easier to make because there's less people out there.
That is true.
Tannehill.
Yeah, because Derrick Henry is always a threat, so yeah, no, that makes sense.
And
he's a threat at passing.
Touchdown, George Kittle.
Oh, it's George Kittle?
Oh, Kittle.
San Francisco's running away with the game. It's about to be 38-10. I don't think there's been a killing this bad in Mexico since the Mexican-American War. They are laying it on the Cardinals. They are laying it on the Cardinals.
Is there a Call of Duty map in Mexico City? Because goddamn.
There's a border map, which is the worst map in the game.
Oh.
Yeah. Tennessee beats Green Bay 27-17 on Thursday Night Football in Lambeau Field. And yeah, Green Bay is not looking good at all. Alrighty. Next up, Chicago Bears and Atlanta Falcons. Oh boy.
Not even mad.
This was a low amount of passing attempts. There were only 41 passing attempts in this game. Tom Brady alone, I know, has had a 53 passing attempts game before, which is crazy. Bears 20.
Fields was using his legs, so. Again,
Bears 24. Bears 24. Atlanta Falcons 27. Fields 14 for 21, 153 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and he ran for 85 yards in 18 attempts. Montgomery following him up with 67 yards and 17 attempts. Marcus Mariota, 13 for 20, 131 yards, 1 touchdown, taking no sacks. Fields also took 4 sacks that game due to the Atlanta Falcons' pretty good pass rush. Tyler Aguilar ran for 55 yards on 8 carries. Cordell Patterson, 52 yards on 10 carries. And Mariota, 25 on 13 carries. As far as receiving, oh boy. Chicago receivers look probably worse than the Packers receivers. David Montgomery, 3 receptions for 54 yards. That's their running back. Cole Kmet, their tight end, 3 receptions for 35 yards. And Darnell Mooney, 4 for 29. Equanimeous St. Brown, 2 for 24. And Chase Claypool, 2 for 11. I'll tell you, I told you so. He's not good. He's not good. He had 3 targets, 2 receptions, 11 yards. Atlanta.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with him, but yeah.
Atlanta only had one receiver above 30 yards. Kyle Pitts, 3 receptions, 43 yards. It was a ground and pound game of football for Justin Fields versus the combination of Aguilar and Patterson for the Falcons, and the Falcons ended up winning. Yeah, Fields was also taking hits. Fields was taking hits in that game.
So you could see him like something was bothering his shoulder. Masson, you said earlier, before the podcast.
Friend from Adam Schefter that I saw, apparently it's not a dislocated shoulder, probably just still sore, but not a dislocated shoulder.
So we're okay, boys. We're okay.
So it's nothing terrible.
He's not fucked.
Just sit Justin Fields. There's only like 6 games left in the season.
Yeah, but you need him to develop more, at least. He's your young quarterback. You gotta give him some development time.
He's not also showing bad stuff. Like he's showing improvement. He's been
great. Yeah. Plus, just want to add this on the Falcons side, Cordell Patterson.
I was about to say that
on the kick return. Goddamn.
Yeah. Is there
pulling the Hester on the Bears, huh?
Yeah.
Well, he has the career record for kickoff return touchdowns now.
Cordell Patterson does?
Yes. With 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hester has punts and kickoff returns. Cordell Patterson just has kickoff returns.
Really, more than I guess Dion wasn't really a kickoff returner; he was a punt returner.
Yeah.
So many good returners aren't kickoff returners, like Hester and.
To be fair, the art of punt returning is
Joshua
dead.
Cribbs was. Well, punters are so good. The fucking Aussies come in and they just can kick a ball 3,000 yards.
They changed where the line was. They moved it forward. Remember?
No, that's kickoff. Punts are from anywhere.
No,
remember?
Yeah, I'm talking about kickoff.
Oh yeah, kickoffs are.
Yeah. No, the art of kickoff returning is.
And Cordell Patterson was in his end zone when he did the return too.
It's fucking nuts.
Oh my god!
It was good kickoff coverage, not coverage, but kickoff blocking for the Falcons.
Guess who's in for the for the Arizona Cardinals right now?
Who?
Trace motherfucking McSorley is now in. They pulled Colt McCoy. You got to know Trace McSorley.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, no, he's hurt. Whatever his name is.
McCoy?
Guy. No, the quarterback.
Oh, Kyler Murray?
Boy.
Kyler Murray. Yeah, Kyler Murray. Yeah.
It's like, I'm hurt, so let me play some COD.
He's actually at the game and is just sitting there. Like, I saw, they panned over to him and he's on his phone. Like, that's not a good situation in Arizona.
Oh, but he's just on his phone?
The one time they did pan to him, he was 24.
Probably in the box or something. So it's like,
no, he's on the field.
No, he's on
the field.
So he gotta be on the field. He can't be in the box.
Yeah.
Kidding me?
Bears 24, Atlanta Falcons 27. Falcons take the win by 3 at home. Alrighty.
Falcons take the NFC South.
Next up, a game that was kind of scaring me for a while because I didn't want this to go the way
it was in Detroit, so yeah, I would be pretty scared about Detroit.
Yeah. So, first of all, I want to talk about this because I think it's stupid. People say the NFL is getting soft. The NFL is soft. After what the NFL pulled, we could have had the greatest snow game of all time. I know the snow was literally 6 feet of snow, and they were plowing. Literally, they would have been able to plow. Buffalo's dealt with tons of snow.
There was no way they'd be able to
Buffalo,
play.
They would not. No. The reason why is because of safety. Not be like it was. Some people were like, "Oh, player safety." It's the fan safety. The fucking crew. Think about it. Does a crew know how to deal with that snow? Especially if they're from the fucking South.
Not only that, it's the
I don't care.
All the emergency
I missed.
Would Buffalo actually allow it? The Buffalo City, because they had state emergency and all that stuff.
I missed the part where I gave a fuck because I don't. Because this game should have been played because snow football is the greatest God-given gift to mankind since sliced bread and Cincinnati Bengals. So
it would have been if it wasn't like fucking dangerous for.
Well, no, they would have been. Buffalo's dealt with snow. They were able to plow the fields off, push the snow to the sides, and then been able to play while the snow was coming down.
77 inches total.
And now also Buffalo has officially announced that they're going to be making a new stadium, and it's going to be domed too. Like,
it's not because of snow.
No. I thought it was open.
No, it's domed.
The reason why dome is not because of the dome is not because of NFL stuff. It's because they want to have other stuff like other
Super
other
Bowl.
convention stuff. Maybe
it should be openable.
Like,
it should be openable because
for like concerts and other stuff. It's nothing NFL related.
Who goes to Buffalo for a concert? Who's going to Buffalo for a concert?
No.
All right, dude.
Hold on. If it was a retractable roof, could you imagine them just opening it because of the snow?
Yeah, that's what's exactly.
That would be funny.
That'd be fucking nuts. That'd be so funny.
Games are amazing. They're phenomenal. They're fantastic. They're cool to watch. Like there was a MAC action game that was played, Central Michigan, and I think Western Michigan or Eastern.
But that was
Michigan.
maybe 5% of snow that was coming to Buffalo.
I mean, it was pretty heavy in Central Michigan. But
kind of heavy, but I mean, like I understand. I love the snow games, but there was a reason why it was moved. It wasn't because like
it wasn't good enough.
It wasn't it wasn't good enough. Have a snow game. Just watch.
It was not a good enough
snow
reason.
game. We'll be fine.
It was not. No, Chicago won't have a snow game.
Next up, someone
all the smog in the Chicago air melts all the snow before it even comes down. It's just gonna be rain.
No, there's not that much.
That's California.
That's California, dude.
There's not that much song. Mamba opens his window. I can kind of see the sun.
Why do you think SoFi Stadium's domed?
Snow games are so awesome. We were robbed of a potentially great one, and so now the Bills were playing in Detroit against the Cleveland Browns, eventually getting the win at home, 31-23.
No, they were the away team.
Or they were the away team?
I think they wore the away jerseys. I thought, or
true.
That was something. Oh, they were in the away locker room. No. They're considered the home team, but they were in the away locker rooms because since they're going to use it for Thursday's game. It's weird. Yeah, it was weird.
It doesn't matter. They were in Detroit.
Browns?
They were in Detroit. Yeah,
losing.
But the Browns were in the home team, the home locker.
No. Browns were away. Sorry, what I meant to say, Bills was using the away team locker rooms.
So what was the Browns using? The home team locker room?
Yeah, because the Bills will be at Detroit for the Thanksgiving game.
Okay.
Okay, so I misspoke. I misspoke. Yeah, just to see with family, but they could leave their stuff there.
It doesn't matter. Buffalo won 31-23. Jacoby Brissett, 28 for 41, 324 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 sack. Josh Allen, 18 for 27, so a lot less attempts for him. Probably resting that arm. 197, 1 touchdown, and 2 sacks. But he also only ran for 7 yards. Devin Singletary, 86 yards of rushing. James Cook, 86 yards rushing as well for Buffalo. So their rushing attack actually greatly improved this game.
They ran the damn football.
Yeah, they did.
Lob.
They did. Which is great. I didn't expect Devin Singletary and James Cook to run the football that much, but they did, and it really paid off well. Even against a Browns line, which interiorly is all right, but exteriorly their edge rushers are great. You know, they have Jadeveon Clowney and Myles Garrett, debatably the scariest man in the NFL. On the other side of the ball, the Browns didn't run that much. Only 5 carries for Kareem Hunt and 7 for Jacoby Brissett and 14 for Nick Chubb, although only getting 19 yards with a grand total of 80 for the team. Receiving-wise, Dawson Knox and Gabe Davis both had about 70 yards receiving, while Stephen Diggs only had 48 for the Bills, while Amari Cooper reeled in 113 yards and 2 touchdowns for the Cleveland Browns, while Donovan Peoples-Jones followed up with 61 yards and Nick Chubb with 48. Early on, Cleveland was winning and leading, for a while, until Buffalo came in, eventually showed up in the second half. So hopefully Buffalo doesn't choke like this often, because again, Buffalo football is good football. I think it's fun when the Buffalo Bills are a good football team, and I'm happy the Browns lost. So it's a good day. Cleveland Browns have lost.
Yeah, I mean, Bills defense was able to stop the Browns run game pretty well. So, I mean, overall, the Bills have been a good team. They just needed to run the football more, which they did, thank God. And results show. I mean, they did against the Browns, but if the Bills did it on more of actually, who did the Bills play?
Detroit this Thursday.
And then who else they got the rest? Oh, I got okay. They're not playing anyone good, really. I guess the Dolphins.
The Dolphins are good. Come on, they're leading the East.
They're good. Yeah, but they're not like well-rounded, I would say, like the Bills.
Their defense kind of iffy, but the problem for the Bills right now, like the run, besides run game, their secondary is still injured all to hell. They still have injuries bad on their secondary.
Who, Bills defense?
On their just the secondary. Everybody else
the secondary,
is healthy. Yeah, secondary is still pretty injured. Lab's very intently looking at something.
I'm trying to figure out where to find a NFL.
Look up Philly, picture. Detroit. Oh, playoff picture.
Playoff picture. Oh God.
Yeah, we'll have to find one so we can talk about it at the. I think we should talk about that at the end when we wrap up week 11 before we go into week 12. We should look at the playoff picture.
I'm going on to standings. I'm going to playoff. It's basically the best thing that we got right now. But
on ESPN,
I got it.
You got on ESPN standings, NFL, not NCAA football. But just let's take a look. Yeah, but no, talking about the Bills. Yeah, actually go for it.
But Jacoby Brissett was gaining some yardage early on, and that was just going after his secondary. And then Bills just going and get that lead, or in a way, they tied it in at the end of the half, and then finally able to take it in third quarter, and just kept on going.
When does Deshaun Watson come back?
Next week. They play the.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Wait, is he actually playing?
Yeah, and he's playing. Well, yeah, he's playing against the Houston Texans too.
Oh God!
Oh,
is that a Thursday game or is that Saturday game?
No, it's not a Thursday game. I already got this. I already had the schedule up for the Thursday.
Thank
also
the Lord, it's not a Thursday game.
No, we'll talk about a Thursday game for someone else though.
Isn't it? Isn't it the top? Isn't it the top? It's not the top 8 teams. It's the top 9 teams now.
Top 7.
8.
It's top
There's 7.
So top 7 between each conference.
Really?
It used to be top. Yeah.
7, 2, 6, 3, 5, 4, 1 gets a bye. Yeah. Okay. So this is the AFC playoff picture. Cincinnati Bengals sneaking in at number 7. Patriots, then Bills.
Jets are still in it. What the fuck?
Yeah, they are. At one moment, they had Miami, Buffalo, and New England were all in the race, and the Jets were in the playoffs picture. So there was a point at which, if the season ended, it was 4 teams for the first time in the entire history of the NFL that would have entered the playoffs from the same division. So
bro, I got a feeling. I've got a feeling Kansas is going to take it all.
Yeah. Chiefs number 1, Dolphins number 2, Titans number 3, Baltimore Ravens 4, Bills 5, Patriots 6, Bengals 7, and the 3 teams in the hunt: Jets, Chargers, Colts. But it's probably not going to be the Colts, though.
Look at the NFC. Fucking Commanders are in the hunt.
Yep, because they have a winning record.
So in the NFC, it goes Philly, Minnesota, Seattle, Tampa Bay, Dallas, New York, and San Francisco. Out of the playoffs, the first 3 are Washington with a 6-5 record, Atlanta with a 5-6, and Detroit with a 4-6.
Honestly, that's the funniest thing, seeing Tampa 5-5 in the number 4 spot.
It is, but I mean, at the same time,
so like
they can.
You gotta win your division.
Next week they could be 6-5, and Seattle could drop a game. They could be 6-5, and then it wouldn't look so bad. Like Tampa Bay's not doing horrible this season. They've had some slip ups and some hiccups, but I think they're doing fine. The AFC this year definitely looks really good, and the NFC, the top NFC teams look great. The bottom NFC teams, I don't know.
You guys were saying, shouldn't the Atlanta Falcons be taking? They're not too far off the top 8 in the playoff picture.
They get in the playoffs. What the fuck are they going to do?
They're going to do nothing. But
exactly.
They're not going to be able. But here's the thing: you're not going to be able to tank from 5 wins.
You can tank from 5 wins. Hire this guy called Urban Meyer. You'll lose.
Okay, fair. But I mean, you're gonna expect the other teams who are 13, 14, 15, 16 to be tanking already and not trying to win games.
And don't forget the AFC. Don't forget the AFC teams also, because you got to count that. They go by record, then strength of schedule next for draft picks.
Yeah, so Houston's probably getting the first overall draft pick, and I'm guessing that's where Bryce Young's going. Or maybe if they want to try Hendon Hooker, they try Hendon Hooker. I don't know. Steelers,
Broncos. They're going to grab that Hooker.
Fucking Broncos. Holy moly.
Yeah, you look at the AFC.
16th. Gotta love it. We're literally the worst team in the NFC. Let's go. We're tanking.
Yeah. Alrighty, let's go ahead and move on. I'll leave that picture up, or that playoff standings picture up, in case we go back to it. All right, Eagles Colts.
Bro, you almost lost to Jeff. You almost lost to Jeff.
Saturday. Yeah, like I don't get it either. But I mean, Jeff Saturday looks like he's kind of making up a game plan that's working for the Colts. The Colts almost won. They lost at home, 16-17 against the Eagles. Yeah, Macedon doesn't want to.
I'm here. I'm just. We need Jordan Davis back.
You still won. All right.
Yeah.
Still
a rushing team is the Eagles' worst nightmare, and no team in the NFL is probably a better rushing team than the Colts or Titans, and you're playing both of them this year. So I think you already played the Titans, but still.
No, Titans are.
There's another game?
Not yet. It's after the Packers this week, I think. After the Packers.
That's going to be a good one.
You got Derrick Henry, 77 carries for 344 yards.
If that fucking happens, I'll be fucking pissed.
Jalen Hurts, 18 for 25, 190, 7.6 average, 1 touchdown and 3 sacks. Matt Ryan, 23 for 32, 213, and 4 sacks with no touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor ran for a touchdown, 22 carries on 84 yards. Jalen Hurts was the leading rusher for the Eagles, 16 carries for 86 yards, and Miles Sanders, 13 for 47. As far as receiving goes, A.J. Brown still not playing insane, only 5 receptions for 60 yards. Devontae Smith, 6 for 78. And Quez Watkins, 2 for 31 for the Eagles. For the Colts, 75 yards for Michael Pittman, 67 for Paris Campbell, and 28 for Alec Pierce. This game was a rough game for the Eagles. They scored 1 touchdown in the very beginning of the game, in the first quarter, and then from then on out, only field goals. While the Colts... Yeah.
It's all field goal.
Sorry, Philly. I was looking at differently. Indy. My mistake. Indy started off well, scoring 1 touchdown, and then only kicked field goals from then on. While the Eagles were sitting with only 3 points till the fourth quarter, where they exploded for 14, and eventually were able to bring back the win on a comeback victory. I mean, going from what this is, Eagles need to perform better against teams that are kind of struggling. The Colts look to be kind of struggling, but also on the Colts side, it seems like what Jeff Saturday's doing is kind of working. They win last week against an Oklahoma team, and now a really competitive game against the best team. Or not Oklahoma team. The Oakland, but not Oakland, Las Vegas. They might as well be in Oklahoma. It's going awful for them. So, yeah. Eagles had a really rough game, but they ended up getting the win, which is all that matters in the end. But it's not looking great. And the Colts, you had a loss, but hey, a win last week against Las Vegas, and now being competitive with the best team in the NFL, on at least best team on paper. There's obviously debates about who's actually going to be better, but I think the Colts look like they're kind of trending in the right direction, and they have a chance to still make it to the playoffs. So anything's possible.
Which would be crazy if they made it to the playoffs.
Bro, if you know how fucking mad Bill Cowher is going to be if Jeff Saturday wins, like basically the rest of the games. And I don't think they'll give him Coach of the Year, but if he gets to the playoffs, Bill Cowher will be mad. If they somehow win the Super Bowl, Bill Cowher will probably punch Jeff Saturday in the nuts.
They got Steelers, Cowboys, Vikings, Chargers, Giants, Texans for the Colts. So it's possible. Like they gotta win Steelers, they gotta win Chargers, they gotta win Giants.
Steelers, Steelers is the easier side of games. Cowboys, that'll be rough. Vikings, that'll be even more rough. Chargers, they've looked down this year, but they're getting better. Giants, you don't know what Giant team is going to show up, and then Texans should be another win. Or a win, because they tied them last time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, it's doable. Just got to put their heads together.
Let's look at the fumbles for Philly.
Also, shout out to the Philly coach that jumped up on a bench after the game and started yelling at the fans after he just won like the NBA finals or something.
You mean Sirianni?
Sirianni.
I'm loving Sirianni.
4 total fumbles. 4 total fumbles for the Philadelphia Eagles.
But 2 loss.
Right. Also, why does Jason Kelsey have a fumble?
He patched the snap, I think. He botched the snap. He botched the snap.
Oh,
again.
and that counts as a fumble. Okay, so 2 for Jalen Hurts, 1 for A.J. Brown, 1 for Jason Kelce, but only 2 lost. While the Colts had 2 fumbles, but only 1 lost, and that one was by Jonathan Taylor, which is not
y'all
good
got butterfingers or what? Goddamn! Even last week, you guys were fumbling the ball.
They got beaten by Taylor Heineke and probably didn't sleep the whole week, so you know. He's in my every waking moment. He's diving for pylons. You know, future.
I bet you they're not drinking any Hennessy in that team.
No, they probably banned Hennessy from Philly. There's probably some liquor store in fucking Philly that's like all the Hennessy's been removed and thrown into the street. Just fucking. Yeah. Eagles get a comeback win, 17-16 in Indy. Next up, probably the most boring game, except for the last play, since this was the fucking Matt Ryan, Russell Wilson fake off.
All right, I gotta say this. It's not good. It wasn't good defense. It was shitty, fucking dumbass offense. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. Jets 3.
Or was it good defense on each side?
No, it wasn't. No, it was.
It was a combination of good defense and bad offense.
Both are good defensive
Both have
teams.
decent defenses. But regardless, New York Jets 3, New England Patriots 10. Game was held in Foxborough. There were no points scored on offense. No points scored on offense. All the points were special teams. There were two 3-point field goals for each team, and then 1 kick return at the very last play of the game, which sealed it for the Patriots.
This is why it's good to invest in your special teams, my guy.
So Zach Wilson had one of the worst quarterback performances of a starter ever. 9 for 22, 77 yards, a 3.5 average, no touchdowns, no interceptions, 4 sacks, with a QB rating of 50.8. Mac Jones, a little better, 23 for 27, 246 yards, a 9.1 average, but he took 6 sacks for a loss of 48 yards in total. Zach Wilson ran for 26 yards on 3 attempts. He was their highest rusher. The next was Michael Carter with 8 rushes for 19 yards. Then Damian Harris was a 65-yard rush game on 8 carries for the Patriots. As far as receiving, Denzel Mims led New York with 35 yards, and Ramondre Stevenson led with 56 yards, followed by Jacoby Myers with 52 for the Patriots. Again, this game was won on a final play, a punt return by the New England Patriots to seal the game. This was a bad game. Even after the game, Zach Wilson was asked, did you really let your defense down after, they held the Patriots to basically 3 points? And he said, no, just no, straight up no. So now they're having issues with Zach Wilson in the locker room, and it looks like he's going to be benched next week.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Flacco's back? The Flacco's back?
It's either Flacco or I think Mac White's
Zach
still on the
Wilson.
team.
Mac White, yeah, Mac White.
Bro, no, they'll put Flacco in. They got to win games.
Also, I got to say, this wasn't the worst QB starting performance. You forgot about Nathan Peterman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Bro, is this the second coming of Sam Darnold? Because goddamn, this fucking quarterback's bad.
Yeah, I don't know what the Jets are doing with a lot of their quarterbacks. They need to go ahead and get somebody good. And hey, there's a couple good quarterbacks in this draft, so they might be able to get somebody. But they're actually
they even have
good.
Money.
One thing though, this isn't.
Well, the Jets have money. They're not paying a ton.
Yeah,
of
they
people.
have
A lot of their best players are like rookie deals, basically.
Yeah. And it's not like the coaching's. It's not Adam Gase coaching. Sally is not
good.
terrible. Is not a terrible coach. Like, I don't know. I guess it's Belichick just loving feasting on the Jets.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a great game for the Patriots offense. They got stopped on key drives, even though like some of the numbers are decent, but like the Patriots offense is looking rough.
Typically, boring games is a defensive game. It's just both sides doing good on defense.
Depends. It's not the Ravens Steelers defense holding. Come on. Zach Wilson, 9 for 22.
Yeah, I get
rushing yards was 59. They were held to under 100 yards in the second half. Or like they had like.
Yeah, no, I didn't watch this game.
I didn't also the New England defense was boring. Or the New England O-line, 6 sacks. Like, that's bad, especially if you're a New England line against a Jets pass rush, which really, besides Quentin Williams, is not that insane, So it kind of perplexed me there how so many sacks were allowed by usually a team that has a stout O-line. But yeah, Jets drop one to New England in Foxborough.
Good old Joe Judge and Matt Patricia co-offensive coordinators for Patriots.
They're probably practicing right now. Belichick's found them running sprints for that, probably. Next up,
we got fuck them picks Rams.
Yeah, I think we can officially say after this game, the era of we gotta now pay for that Super Bowl has started for the Rams. Rams 20, New Orleans 27. Game played in New Orleans. Again, obviously the Rams trading away a ton of picks for getting a ton of key players, and their post Super Bowl woes continue. Matthew Stafford 11 for 18. 156, 2 touchdowns, 1 sack, followed up by Bryce Perkins, who's back up 5 for 10, 64 yards, and 3 sacks for him. Andy Dalton.
Did they bench Stafford? What the fuck?
Yeah. No, he got concussed. No, he got concussed again.
Yeah,
again. If you want to know where Bryce Perkins came from, he was the UVA quarterback last year.
Yeah, they're really missing Andrew Whitworth, I can tell. Andy Dalton, 21 for 25, 260 yards with a 10.4 average and taking 3 touchdowns, but also 3 sacks. Taysom Hill, 1 for 3, 14 yards and a 4.7 average. Cam Akers ran the ball for 61 yards and 14 attempts. Not great. Taysom Hill was the longest rusher for the New Orleans Saints. 9 carries, 52 yards. Alvin Kamara just behind him, 12 for 42. Alvin Kamara, owners in fantasy, aka this guy, are kind of still pissed he hasn't had amazing performances game after game this season. The Rams receiving was bad because good old Triple Crown man, Cooper Kupp, is out. Tutu at 12. Who? 62 yards and 1 reception. Alvin Robinson, 47 yards and 4 receptions. And Tyler Higbee, 45 yards and 4 receptions.
Holy shit. He had one reception that went to the house.
Exactly. Chris Olave had 102 yards and 5 receptions. Juwan Johnson, 47 yards and 3 receptions. Alvin Kamara, 47 yards and 4 receptions. And Jarvis Landry, 3 receptions for 33 yards. The Saints kind of just outlasted the Rams in this one. I feel like the defenses on both sides weren't doing great. But then again, the Rams were struggling to score, and with a backup quarterback, it didn't look that good either. After Stafford went out, no touchdowns were scored at all. So, was not a great performance.
Andy Dalton just went off this game. This is one of his better games in a while.
I mean, he's been doing good on the Saints. Like, he's obviously had some interception issues against the Cardinals, he had that one game. But, he's been putting up some pretty good numbers. Andy Dalton's career is not dead. Is he an elite quarterback? No, I don't think he ever was elite, but he had some seasons where he was, all-star and I think even one all-pro season.
He's not starting quarterback caliber anymore.
No. I mean, I think he was comparable to a Joe Flacco, besides that one year where Joe Flacco was the second coming of Jesus. Yeah. But anyway, not a ton to go over here. Saints really just getting the work done at home against a struggling Rams team. Also, throwback uniforms for the Saints looking really good.
Also, fuck you, Saints for winning. There goes our draft pick.
Lions and Giants.
Surprise on this one.
A surprise.
Big surprise.
Detroit Lions and HCDC are now on a 3-game win streak, and Detroit's going crazy. Detroit Lions 31, New York Giants 18. Game was played in the Meadowlands. Jared Goff, 17 for 26, 165 yards, no touchdowns, no receptions, and no sacks. Daniel Jones, 27 for 44. That's a lot of attempts for Daniel Jones. 341 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, and 2 sacks. He also ran for 50 yards. So that is nearly 400 yards of offense from Daniel Jones alone.
Yeah.
There's a reason. There's a reason they call him Vanilla Vic, and I think it's actually warranted at this point. He's doing good.
Once you get to the rushing stats, I got something to say.
Yeah. Saquon Barkley, 15 carries for 22 yards. Not great from him. But again, that Lions D-line was holding up really well. Justin Jackson, 66 yards on 9 carries. Jamal Williams, 64 yards on 17 carries. And DeAndre Swift, 20 yards on 5 carries. Mamba?
Yeah, no, I'm surprised Saquon Barkley wasn't able to just pound the ball against Detroit's defense, which... I mean, they haven't been great defensive-wise. This was kind
their
of a
D-line
shocker.
kind of hold up. Like Aiden Hutchinson is causing problems in this league. Even had another interception this game. 2 interceptions in one season for a rookie D lineman's kind
that
of
is true, but I still expected more from Saquon. Yeah. They did throw the ball a lot from the Giants, so I'm kind of surprised on that.
Because they were down early. Like they were down 17 in the first half.
You can still win the game and run the ball.
Yeah, you could still,
especially when you have Barkley.
I don't know. Just Dabble was just thinking, oh, he could pass against a weak secondary. This was kind of rough for the Giants.
Yeah, but he threw 2 picks. I wouldn't say that's a weak secondary for throwing 2 picks.
But also, Daniel Jones probably making some bad reads here and there.
Yeah, but Jamal Williams is him. He had, I think I saw a stat somewhere that he has the most touchdowns of all of non-quarterback offensive players this year.
He is indeed a tank.
Yeah.
3 touchdowns. Yeah.
Receiving actually looked good. Wan'Dale Robinson had 100 yards receiving on 9 receptions. Darius Slayton had 86 yards on 5 receptions, and then 48 for Richie James on 3 receptions. Amon-Ra St. Brown had 76 yards and 7 receptions, followed by Khalif Raymond, 33 for 3 for the Detroit Lions. So, I mean, in the end, Detroit got up early, held on to the lead, and made some key plays late in the game, a.k.a. an Aiden Hutchinson interception. That really sealed the game for them. That's really about it.
Nothing much to say. Yeah,
we're kind of starstruck that Detroit, took on the Giants, who've looked good this year, and now have a 3-game win streak. So here's to you, Detroit. You might actually not finish last in your division.
I do have to say thank you, Detroit, giving Eagles a little leeway.
Alrighty, next up, another killing of the Panthers, but not by that many points. Baltimore Ravens 13, Panthers 3. Baltimore getting the win at home. Baker Mayfield 21 for 33 for 196 and no touchdowns but 2 interceptions and 4 sacks. Lamar Jackson 24 for 33, 209 yards, 1 interception, no touchdowns and 3 sacks. He ran for 31 yards and 1 touchdown. Rushing, Donta Foreman 11 carries and 24 yards, a really low day for him. And then for Baltimore, their leading rusher was Kenyon Drake with 46 yards on 10 carries. So really low rushing day on either side. Very pass heavy on both sides. Lamar Jackson having the edge. Receiving, Demarcus Robinson at 128 yards on 9 receptions. Mark Andrews, 63 receptions and 6 yards. Lamar's happy to have him back. Terrence Marshall Jr. for Carolina had 76 yards on 3 receptions, and Shai Smith had 26 receiving yards on 4 receptions. Chuba Hubbard, 25 for 2. DJ Moore, 24 for 3. And Ian Thomas, 24 for 3. So
here's something I've noticed. So when they had PJ Walker throwing Carolina, they definitely ran the ball more and feeding it through Dante Foreman. When Baker's out there, Baker wants to sling the ball. So they're not really giving the ball to Dante Foreman at all. And I think that's kind of hampering them right now.
Yeah, I don't understand why you had something that worked in Foreman and you don't go back to it. Like, yeah, he only averaged 2.2 yards, but like you got to come up with other looks, not a ton of in the box stuff, maybe some things out of the box, maybe pull a guard, throw in an I form, something like you got to be able to run the ball to set up the pass. You can't just continually pass and expect guys to get open, especially, no offense, on the Carolina team that doesn't really have any receiver names that just pop out on the page at you,
Yeah.
You kind of need to get them open, and you do that by setting up the run.
They need to run more. I don't know why they were having Baker throw like 33 times.
Despite them being in the AFC North, I hate watching the Ravens play because I hate the college pistol formation so much. It's so weird. It's so.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess Matt Rule stayed, but the thing is that Baltimore does not have a good secondary either. I think they gave up like the most pass yards for like the first 5 weeks too.
Who's this?
But this was a wasted potential of the Carolina defense. Carolina's defense was holding for a while.
Yeah,
this was just a waste of defense, just like the Jets' waste of defense.
Also, the Baltimore doesn't look like they're clicking on all cylinders on offense. Their defense definitely looks great, but their offense has had some issues, mainly because a lot of characters have been out of some, mainly Mark Andrews, who loves
their only receiver.
Loves to be they're basically their only receiver. But
what's weird about Baltimore's like receivers is like okay, so Devin Duvernay should be their wide receiver 1.
Yeah. One target,
Marcus
one reception.
Robinson.
3, yeah.
Like who?
Yeah. Interesting.
They're targeting the fuck out of DeMarcus. Like I don't know what's going on there.
Maybe he was open.
The more you look at the Ravens, the more and more you realize they don't have many offensive weapons. Like, yeah, they have Lamar, and yeah, they have Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews, dude. Yeah.
But like, besides that, who else? Like, Devin Duvernay has not looked good this year. Their most other notable player is C.J. Ham, their fullback. They recently got one of their linemen back. Their running backs aren't exactly that flashy. Like Kenyon Drake, okay. Like, I mean,
well, because they don't have J.K. Dobbins, he's hurt.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Ravens are in a good spot because of how they've played thus far, but at the same time, like this lack of weapons could come back to bite them, or guys not showing up. But again, props to DeMarcus Robinson for showing up. 9 receptions on 9 targets.
And they're in AFC North.
Yeah. AFC North is usually good. This year, not so much. Bengals have looked pretty good, and then Ravens have looked good, and then Steelers.
The Texans got Hennessy'd.
Yep, you've been Tyler Hennessy'd. Washington Commanders stroll into Houston, Texas, and Houston football takes an 8th L on the season, 9th if you count ties. 23-20 was the final score. Taylor Hennessy, 15 for 27, 191, 7.1 average, no touchdowns, no interceptions, no sacks. Davis Mills, 19 for 33, now 196 yards, 2 interceptions, 5 sacks. The Texans running game was abysmal. 21 yards in total, 8 of them by Davis Mills, 8 by Damian Pierce, 3 by Chris Moore. The rush game for Washington, completely the opposite. 72 yards on 18 carries for Antonio Gibson, 57 for 15 for Brian Robinson Jr., and 18 for 2 for Curtis Samuel. Receiving, Brandon Cooks had 70 yards, probably didn't want to really be out there anyway, he wants to be traded. Next up was Nico Collins with 48 and Chris Moore with 20. Washington, 65 yards for Logan Thomas, 55 for scary Terry McLaurin, and 31 for Antonio Gibson. Run the damn ball is what this game was. 153 yards of rushing compared to 191 yards of receiving for Washington. In this day and age, 153 yards of rushing compared to 191 yards of receiving is an insane balance. It probably tipped in the running scale, and they were able to run all over this Houston team, while Houston could not even get 30 yards of rushing in the game.
Bro, I'm pretty sure Levy Smith doesn't even want to be there anymore.
I feel bad for him because he was such a good coach too.
Yeah, I mean, you just see it there with his gray beard just walking around, just like
Houston. The team like the Houston Texans, the owner and the GM at the time used to be didn't want him. They wanted Colt McCoy as their head coach. There was stuff about that. Yeah. Yep. It was stuff about
You're not getting this from the same site that you said Josh Allen had a penile fracture last week, did you?
No. That was 2 weeks ago. Fuck off. But no, there was some rumors saying that they wanted Colt McCoy or someone who played for Texas University. So fuck Houston. Yeah, no, because it's the Texas way.
And this is why the
Houston hire Matthew McConaughey.
Worse.
They get in the huddle. All right.
It's like, what's the play called, Coach? All right.
Texans are shit.
Yeah, they're just a terrible organization.
I'm worried that they're gonna I'm worried they're gonna move. Like, they're going to lose so much popularity in Houston, they'll move.
Again.
If you lose, well, that's the thing. If you lose, because I love the Houston Oilers, the old uniforms, the history of the team. It's great. I wish that Houston Oilers were still there. I don't like the Texans. Their logo is kind of lackluster. Their colors are odd. The dark navy blue and red is like, meh.
Their whole organization is fucking dreary and bad.
This was a battle. This was a battle of two shit organizations.
Didn't Houston know about all Deshaun's massages?
Oh yeah, they did, and they paid for it too.
Yeah. Also, that there's not going to be Oilers team again because of I think he's already passed away, but the owner of the Titans, or was the Titans when he was the Oilers owner, moved to Tennessee. He's not giving up that name. He's not gonna. That family.
But the Oilers.
when
the
when
Oilers'
moved to
legacy
Tennessee.
got moved with the Tennessee Titans. So when the Houston Oilers moved from Houston to Tennessee, they rebranded the Tennessee Titans. They kept the history. So if you were a Houston Oiler, your jersey retired, your like team record for touchdowns is now a Titans record.
Yep.
Like
And
players even went far. Bruce Matthews started his career snapping for Warren Moon and ended his career playing against Kurt Warner in the Super Bowl as a Titan. Like that's like in the span of 20 years, like the team moved.
Yeah.
But I wish the Houston Texans. I wish the Texans were the Oilers and the Titans had the Houston Texan colors. Make it a lot better. Make it a lot better.
Oh no, there goes Mamba. But yeah, the family's not going to give that up. They're going to keep that.
Yeah. I wish they wouldn't, but they might.
Yeah.
But I also feel like Houston might move. They might lose so much popularity they just might straight up move. They might relocate.
To?
Munich, London, apparently. Roger Goodell's frothing at the mouth to get a team there.
St. Louis get the team back.
No, if you lose two teams, you don't get another one. So I think if they were to move, they would probably go overseas.
That wasn't St. Louis' fault. That wasn't St. Louis' fault. That was Kroenke and fucking Jerry Jones going behind the scenes shit. So that is not on St. Louis. St. Louis still hates Kroenke.
Yeah.
Well, there's some still
shit. Probably Alabama, honestly. They'll probably move to Birmingham, honestly. All right.
They won't want to go to Birmingham.
I mean, it's a hot spot for XFL and other things.
Sure.
This game, overtime, two shit teams.
Oh,
two shit
this game
teams.
Was bad.
Overtime, Las Vegas Raiders 22, Broncos 16 at Mile High. Derek Carr 23 for 37, 307 yards, 2 touchdowns and 1 sack. Russell Wilson 247 yards and 3 sacks. Josh Jacobs, the only person who had any rushing attempts for the Raiders, had 109 yards and 24 carries. Massive performance. Latavius Murray, 17 carries for 49 yards. Melvin Gordon, 8 carries for 31 yards. And that was his last game as a Bronco. Just earlier today, he was released. Just straight up fucking cut. Melvin Gordon the third cut.
Okay.
Devontae Adams, 7 receptions for 141 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 being the 31-yard bomb thrown to him by Derek Carr for the win in overtime. Followed up by Matt Collins for 52 yards and Josh Jacobs for 51. I think if Josh Jacobs does much more for the Raiders, his back is going to break in half. Denver Broncos receiving was all right. Cortland Sutton, 80 yards and 5 receptions. Kendall Hinton, 57 on 3 receptions. Melvin Gordon III, 39 yards and 5 receptions. And Greg Dulcich, 4 receptions for 30 yards. This was a rough game to watch. There were some touchdowns here and there in the first and second quarter, and then a bunch of kicks coming up afterwards until we got to overtime, and the Raiders were able to put something together, probably because they have a amazing receiver in Devontae Adams, who probably realizes now that he made a very poor decision moving to Las Vegas.
I'm surprised they cut Melvin Gordon. Why?
I'm not surprised. He fucking dropped hard.
He
dropped hard. After like 2 years ago or last year, he just not.
Last year he did decent, no?
I mean, running backs. Look at Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley was almost MVP, and he's just retired this year.
That was injuries too.
Yeah, injuries too. But every running back has injuries. Maybe not debilitating ones, but every running back gets dinged up and banged up. Unless you're Frank Gore, you're going to take hits and get hurt. And
Gurley
bumps
had
and bruises.
Gurley has what's it called for your bones ache?
Arthritis.
Arthritis, on his knees. So that actually hurt him a lot.
Yeah, that's
bad.
Ooh.
If I remember right, if it was either him or
Just on a side note, I didn't know the XFL came early.
What's it starting soon?
It starts after this football season.
Yeah,
after NFL.
But Melvin Gordon is hard. Fire Hackett. They need to get rid of Hackett. God damn. And the only reason why Josh McDaniels won is because Hackett's a worse coach.
Yeah.
How is that possible?
Also, do you think anyone's going to pick up Melvin Gordon III as a second RB option? Do you think it's going to be someone looking for a deep playoff push, or someone looking to just depth their backfield?
Bills
or Kansas City?
Too. Yeah, both of those teams need a good running back, and Melvin Gordon III could be a good RB2 option, I feel.
Who else could there be? Maybe Dolphins as well.
You think Derek Carr?
They had Raheem Mostert and just traded for a guy from the Bears. So
yeah.
Titans have a good rotation with Derrick Henry, and Derrick Henry. Ravens could try maybe
if J.K. Dobbins come back.
Bills maybe. Patriots no. Bengals after the game Samaje Perine had no.
And Jets, Joe Mixon.
Well, Mixon hurt.
Mixon is hurt, but I think he's going to be back by next week though.
Okay.
Jets no. Chargers they really just run with Eckler because they don't run the ball a lot, so they could add him.
We should probably go top 8 because no shitter team is going to pick him up.
Yeah. So Colts no, Jags no, and then these teams
definitely not the Texans.
Eagles maybe it's a second back rotation. You guys only have really is it Miles Sanders? Yeah,
it's Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, and Gainwell.
Melvin Gordon could be a good option with as a two-back rotation. Sanders, though.
Eagles don't want another fumbler. Like the Eagles running backs haven't had a fumbling problem. The running backs haven't had a fumbling problem. Watch,
Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon hasn't been awful with fumbles. Minnesota Vikings, Dalvin Cook's too good to put in a two-back rotation. They might, but I don't know why they would. Seattle Seahawks, no. Tampa Bay,
no. Leonard Fournette.
Leonard's look bad. But at the same time, they also that rookie they picked up in the first or second year was also pretty good.
Yeah.
So he's shown up. Dallas Cowboys, no, they can't afford it. Giants, I think Barkley's taking all of the rushing. Yeah. Niners,
what do you mean the Cowboys can't afford it? Jerry Jones can make. Just tell Jerry Jones to put a price.
There's no luxury tax. There's no luxury tax. He can't.
It's
Commanders will find a way.
Commanders, no, they would have the deepest. It seems like running back case because all of them send a run for over 50 yards. Falcons, no. Lions, no. Cardinals, they need a running back. They have a bunch
but they should probably
James Conner's a half receiving, half running. Packers, no. Saints, no. Rams, no. Panthers, no. Bears, no. Bears, maybe actually.
No.
The Bears will probably pick them because they're stupid.
True.
They have Khalil Herbert when he comes back from injury, and David Montgomery's still there.
Yeah.
We have no use for Melvin Gordon.
That's true.
Montgomery.
Yeah. You guys had no use for Chase Claypool.
Cowboys. Yeah. How about damn Cowboys?
They were pissed.
All right. You guys are about to
damn Cowboys.
If you watch this game, you need to go to a jury because you might be liable for witnessing a murder. Dallas Cowboys walk into Minneapolis and smack the Vikings in the mouth 40-3.
I think if you're a Vikings fan, therapy would be better.
Yeah. Dak Prescott, 22 for 25, 276, 11 yards, average 2 touchdowns, no sacks. Cooper Rush, 4 for 5, 31 yards average, and no sacks for him as well. Very surprising with the no sacks. Dallas Cowboys line is good, though they are diminished. They did lose a couple edge guys. Still have Zach Martin, but I was expecting the Vikings pass rush to get in a little bit more, and they did not. Kirk Cousins was bad. 12 for 23, 105 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, and 7 sacks. Eventually replaced by Nick Mullins, 5 for 7, 54 yards, and a 7.7 average. Dalvin Cook only ran for 72 yards and 11 carries for the Vikings, while Tony Pollard ran for 80 yards on 15 carries, and Ezekiel also had 15 carries for 42 yards. Zeke needs to be the RB2 in this situation. He's still starting. I don't think he should. Pollard is miles better. Pollard also had 100 yards receiving for 6 receptions. CeeDee Lamb had 45 yards and 6 receptions. And Noah Brown had 42 yards and 2 receptions. TJ Hawkinson, the leading receiver for the Vikings, 5 for 34, followed by Justin Jefferson. Only 3 for 3. And Adam Thielen, 2 for 25. Vikings were looking good, rolling in week after week, doing good, winning that huge game in Buffalo, and then they go out here, and it looks like all of their good play was left in Buffalo because, golly, was this a struggle for them to run against the Cowboys' defense.
Now, was this Kirk Cousins just being bad, or was this his?
This was a good. I mean, he threw no picks. He got sacked a lot, so I mean, there was a fair amount done by Micah Parsons in the defense. So, I mean, I don't think it was Kirk being bad, but it wasn't him being good either. It was Kirk being Kirk.
Cowboys
defense was just. Then the Vikings defense fell apart.
I'm gonna say it's Cowboys defense and just Minnesota probably just not taking the game full. Like Cowboys was pissed after losing to the Packers, and Vikings was just probably still high on that win.
I mean, they lost because of Mike McCarthy. All right, that motherfucker.
Yeah,
true. But like, I if people try to be like, "Oh, Vikings need to panic," it's like, why? They're 8-2.
You'll be fine.
They can still get the first seed if the Eagles fuck up, and they can, trust me. Yeah. But it's not a dire situation. They got the NFC North locked up. I just say this was probably a bad game for Vikings, and Cowboys was like, fuck it, we need to win something.
I agree. Not much to talk about. Cowboys just were.
This was just good on the Cowboys. I hate to say it, but fucking Cowboys fucking did good.
Yeah.
How about name Cowboys?
And Minnesota's still at the top of the division, 8-2. The next closest one is actually Detroit, 4-6.
Wow! Wait, I just realized that.
Yes.
Our division's so ass, dude.
Better than the fucking AFC South.
Today is a good day because the Cincinnati Bengals walked in to Heinz Field or whatever the fuck it's called now. I don't care. And they showed out, and smacked the Steelers in the mouth.
Barely.
37-30. It was a late touchdown by the Steelers, but it was a good game. It was a good game by the Bengals. Joe Burrow, 24-39, 355 yards, 9.1 average, 4 touchdowns and 2 picks, 2 sacks. One of those picks was an amazing. I gotta hand it to him. I hate the guy. I wish Lyle Collins was rip his arm off again, but at the same time, TJ Watt basically did a inside swim move coming from the outside left, and Joe Burrow threw a pass. TJ Watt come up with both hands and somehow grabbed it with one hand, fell on it. An interception as a D lineman at the line of scrimmage. So an amazing play by him. Kenny Small Hands, Donald Trump Hands, whatever you want to call him. 25 for 42, 265 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 sacks. An impressive thing with this, the Bengals' run game didn't look great, but Samaje Perine looked really good running and receiving. He had 30 yards of rushing, while he had 52 yards of receiving, 3 touchdowns in receiving as well. Mixon eventually had to go out of the game due to an injury. I think he's going to be able to be back for next week. So hopefully that's going to be good. T. Higgins also showing up for our receiving core, 148 yards on 9 receptions. And Trent Irwin, 3 receptions for 42 yards.
I just saw who the Steelers are facing against. Is this next week or?
Wait, who are they playing next week?
Next week.
Colts.
The Colts on a Monday night game.
That'll actually be kind of good. The Steelers' defense is pretty good.
It'll be fucking hilarious.
The Steelers' defense is still pretty good. Like Minka Fitzpatrick, Cameron Hayward, and TJ Watt are going to do stuff, especially against a Indianapolis line. But we'll get into that as we get into it.
Here's something about Steelers. They're actually running the football and giving it to Najee Harris.
Yeah, 20 carries on 90 yards for Najee Harris. Again, teams taking advantage of the Bengals having DJ Reader out, who was the highest PFF rated interior defensive lineman up until his injury. George Pickens, 83 yards and 4 receptions. Not the most interesting thing he did in the game. Late in the game, the Steelers were down, as you see, 7, and they went for an onside kick, and they kicked it, and I think Tyler Boyd recovered it, and literally in the fetal position lied down on the ground, and after about 3 seconds, George Pickens came in, head straight down, like break your fucking neck head, and just speared Boyd in the face. helmet-to-helmet collision, was immediately swarmed and thrown around by Bengals. I saw both Lyle Collins and Ted Karras physically grab Pickens, who, despite him having black Air Force energy, was being thrown around like a bitch.
I gotta see
and
this
then,
clip. Hold on.
And then eventually Pickens was separated, pulled apart, and Pickens was tossed with only 44 seconds left in the game.
George Pickens.
George Pickens, yes.
Pickens. Yeah.
Yes. Not Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett don't got that energy. I think if Kenny Pickett punched you, it would be like someone throwing toothpicks at you. Little.
Bro, that was kind of soft. Come on.
No, that was you're on the ground with the ball and just it was helmet to helmet on the ground after an onside kick. You just touch him.
He's trying to get the ball. Come on.
You can't fumble the ball when you're lying on the ground. It's a dirty Steelers play. Again, Pickens is just going to be the next Hines Ward. Just a dirty player. Except he won't smile at you.
I was about to say Antonio Brown, but he's not crazy.
Antonio Brown was known for getting lit the fuck up. If you were to go back and watch plays, if there was ever
so perfect.
No, because Perfect was a defensive player. If you ever to go back and watch,
Antonio Brown.
You need to watch and find Hines Ward blindside block videos because he played in a time where their blindside blocks weren't looked at as much. So if you had a reception caught on this side of the field, he would run with the receiver and then turn around, find some Cincinnati Bengal or whoever he was playing, and just light him up. I would see him just demolish people.
Antonio Brown at least has a ring, so.
How so does Hines Ward?
He does.
No. I was just because you were talking about Antonio Brown earlier. That's why.
Yeah, no. I was saying, but he's not crazy as Antonio Brown. And when he said, though, Antonio Brown got lit up, I was like, oh, by Perfect.
Yeah.
Who was a dirty player.
Yeah. I kind of want Perfect to be unbanned for one game and play for the Bengals when we play the Browns so he can turn Deshaun Watson into chicken noodle soup. So, yeah. You won't be able to get any massages when he can't even lift his arms. If we can hit him that hard, but I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I hate the Steelers if you haven't figured it out. All right. Bengals get the win, 37-30.
Joe Burrow definitely slinging it, especially with those 2 interceptions.
I mean, one was a bad interception. The tip that was intercepted, okay, that was kind of his fault. The other one, you just gotta tip your hat.
That was TJ Watt. Yeah,
you gotta tip your hat to TJ Watt and be like, all right, buddy. That's his second one. He had one the very first game of the season against Burrow. Yeah. First game of the season, the one we lost in overtime because our long snapper got injured.
This game.
Sunday Night Football, a lot closer than we thought it would be. Kansas City Chiefs walking away with the win in South Candlestick, otherwise known as SoFi Arena, against the Chargers, winning 30-27. Patrick Mahomes, 20 for 34, 329 yards with a 9.7 average and 3 touchdowns, only taking 1 sack. Jay Herbo, 23 for 30, 280 yards, 9.3 average, 2 touchdowns, 1 reception, and 5 sacks. He was under pressure all night. Isaiah Pacheco, great for my fantasy team, running for 107 yards and 15 carries.
Oh, you have Pacheco? The fuck?
I picked him up. I'm in a 16-man league, so I picked him up. So,
yeah. Okay,
I thought it was Pacheco.
Pacheco. Yeah. Jerick McKinnon was the next closest with 24 yards and 6 carries. Austin Eckler, 83 yards and 19 carries for Los Angeles. Joshua Palmer, 106 yards and 8 receptions for 2 touchdowns for the Chargers. And Keenan Allen, 94 yards and 5 receptions, but also a key fumble lost late in the game for the Chargers. Travis Kelce, 115 yards, 3 touchdowns. Again, proving why he's one of the better, if not the best tight end in the league right now. And Justin Watson, 67 yards on 3 receptions. This was a close-fought game, but again, you can't stop the Chiefs' offense. Their defense might suck, but their offense is better and better and better and better every single week.
It came down to the wire, and then at the end of the day, it was Patrick Mahomes being Patrick Mahomes, just throwing it to Travis Kelce and letting him do his thing.
Mahomes to Kelce is disgusting,
bro. That's the new Brady and Gronk.
Yeah,
Mahomes and Kelce.
Just more likable.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still like Brady better than Kermit the Frog, but
personality-wise, I think.
I mean,
but overall, Chargers did play good.
They
couldn't close it out.
Can you root against Brady now that he's been for multiple months? Apparently, his wife's been cheating on with an MMA trainer.
I find it hilarious.
I think it's rough. I think
does anyone know how long she's been dating for?
There were sources. There were sources saying over a year.
Oh, come on! What the fuck?
Yeah. So I think that's why he came back to football. Bro, I think that's why he came back to football. Do you remember watching that video where Brady went and visited with an MLS team? And I think he was talking to, I think it was Ronaldo. He was talking to Ronaldo or a different soccer player. And the soccer player asked him, are you retiring? And Brady goes, no. And you can see there's a little bit of pain when he says that. And a lot of people were confused when they first saw that. I'm like, that's when he figured out, Giselle's cheating on me. I'm going to go ahead and try to fix this. And so they've said it's confirmed that Giselle was cheating on him. But it's also confirmed that she's the one that initiated the divorce. So I don't want to get into a lot of the personal stuff, but Brady was trying to save it. Like, he was trying to stay with it.
Giselle's just being a fucking idiot. Okay.
You're dating the Michael Jordan of football. It is nearly undisputed now that Brady is the greatest football player of all time to date.
And she
the accolades, the records, 100,000 yards of passing in his career.
She botched that over some
7 or 7 rings? 7, and he has how many bajillion, quadrillion, billion dollars in FX Fox money coming in?
Hold on. So you're telling me
she makes more money than him?
I mean,
she actually, she does.
Well, but at the same time, like the money he's making right now is chump change compared to what Giselle's making. But the money he would make as a broadcaster, did you see some of the deals that were being talked about? 70, what was it, 70 million, 80 million?
I can't remember.
Like,
it was something ridiculous from Fox,
But,
what MMA trainer's making 70 mil? Like, if you're a gold digger, Giselle, I get it, but like man had like it going on. He had everything ready. He was the top of his game. Everyone knew who he was, and
all those rings couldn't keep her at bay, huh?
But going for this game. Do you think Brandon Staley stays at the end of the year as a head coach for Chargers? Because he kind of did some bad calls at the end.
I think the main issue is the Chargers' injuries. Austin Eckler's been out for a while. Keenan Allen's been out for a while.
Keenan Allen's back. He's back.
Well, but they were out for some time. They caused them to lose games. Also, like
Austin Eckler wasn't hurt. What are you talking about?
I thought he was hurt at the beginning of the season. He missed
he's been good.
Well, he was hurt. He was hurt for a while. He came back like a week or 2 ago. Mike Williams got hurt again. I know that.
Right, and then also Justin Herbert has this rib issue that he's been having since early in the season. So, I mean, how much can you blame on the Chargers and their head coaching? I don't know. Head coaching jobs is weird in the NFL.
There is a couple of games that Brandon Staley had some bad play calls and time management. They kind of lost on the games.
Yeah, like
not including last year.
Matt Rule gets fired after like going basically a little under 500 after a couple of games, and then Marvin Lewis stays in Cincinnati, who was a good coach, but also like would make the playoffs every 2 years, 1 year off, 2 years, 1 year off. Consistently. Like, coaching is weird in the NFL. It depends on the owners. So,
but still, Puchos Madres Spanos.
Yeah. Here we go. The Monday night game that just concluded. San Francisco 49ers 38, Arizona Cardinals 10. Jimmy Garoppolo 20 for 29, 228 yards, 7.9 average, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Trace McSorley actually got in the game for the Cardinals, but Colt McCoy was a starter, 24 for 34, 218, 1 interception, 3 sacks. McSorley came in 6 for 10 for 59 yards. 49ers run game, 59 yards for Elijah Mitchell, 39 yards for Christian McCaffrey, and 37 for Deebo Samuel, 1 rushing touchdown for him. For Arizona, it was just James Conner with 42 and Keontae Ingram for 19. For receiving, George Kittle had 2 touchdowns, 84 yards on 4 receptions. McCaffrey had 67 yards and 7 receptions. Deebo Samuel had 57 yards and 7 receptions. And Brandon Ayuk had 20 yards, 2 touchdowns on 2 receptions. The versatility of the San Francisco receiving and running core, the just skill players, is disgusting. It's something like we've not seen, I don't think ever. I don't think I've seen this versatile of a team in the history of the NFL. We got McCaffrey, Samuel, plus, not to mention Juszczyk, who could probably play any O-line position if he, tried hard enough. Fullback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. He probably can throw the football.
You could have all these weapons, but who's throwing the ball? It's Garoppolo.
For this year, it's Garoppolo, but in the next 1 or 2 years, it'll be Brady. Mark my words. Great. I'm telling you, lock it in. It's a lock. I am saying it now. I'm calling it. Clip it, quote it, whatever. Greg Dotch, 103 yards and 9 receptions for the Cardinals. I don't know who the fuck that is. 91 yards for DeAndre Hopkins on 9 receptions. And AJ Green, old man still getting it going, 50 yards on 5 receptions. The Cardinals miss Kyler Murray, despite how toxic and Call of Duty obsessed he is. They lost this game by 28 points, and it's not looking good. But again, props to the 49ers for just building a really good team. A scary team.
At this point for Arizona, they just need to pack their bags for Mexico and just call it a day. Just tank at this point. You're not going anywhere with this team. You got freaking Kyler Murray playing Modern Warfare 2, not giving a fuck about anything football. You got, I mean, it's just a shit show. They got no rushing going on over there too. So,
DeAndre, I mean, honestly, it all goes south when DeAndre Hopkins goes out.
And frickin', what's his name?
Zach Ertz is hurt.
And this is the team JJ Watts chose to go to.
Yeah, so
it's
if
fucking
Hopkins and Watt leave, it's gone.
Arizona's the old man retirement home for players. Just remember that.
Yeah, Kurt Warner. Larry Fitzgerald was old his whole career.
Larry
basically.
Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
I bet. Yeah, his whole
Sanders.
career.
His whole career, he looked old. Even though he wasn't slow,
Yeah.
he just was like the old man, just no emotion.
Deion Sanders,
AJ Green, Deion Sanders, Emmitt Smith. Leonard something Davis, Leonard Davis, the famous right tackle for the Cowboys for a while. Okay, that is the entirety of Week 11 wrapped up. Now on to Thanksgiving weekend and week. We're gonna have some fun. Football and Thanksgiving go together like peanut butter and jelly. Here's one thing I'll say before we get into some of the predictions and stuff. I think the NFL should do Christmas games. Fuck the NBA. Sorry about it. Sorry, Adam Silver. Deal with it. The NFL should do Christmas games in the same format that they do the Thanksgiving games. Christmas games should always be, unless it's a Sunday. If it's a Sunday, the games happen as normal.
Well, Christmas this year is on a Sunday.
Right. But I'm saying if Christmas is on a Sunday, it's normal. But if it's not on a Sunday, the day of Christmas, you have three games. 2 of the teams always will play on Christmas. All right? You want cold weather teams, right? You want teams that, like, when you think of Thanksgiving, you think of the Lions and the Cowboys, just because it's happened. But when you think of Christmas, you think of snow games. So the Bills and the Packers, 2 historic franchises, been around for a long time, have a lot of grit to them. You could have Bills and Packers, and then I also think another team you would think about with cold weather is the Patriots. So I think Bills Patriots should be one game that's always played in Christmas, and then what's more historic than Packers Bears. So Bills Patriots, Packers Bears, Bills Patriots, Packers Bears every Christmas. All right, unless it's on a Sunday, and then you just have to go about it as normal. Then a third game that's like a choice game. That's like, this is what's, these 2 teams are pretty good. We'll schedule them for Christmas.
Houston Texans and the Detroit Lions.
Fuck no.
Okay, here's the problem though. For Thanksgiving, it's always on a Thursday. That's easy to do. You gonna have football on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday, on a Friday?
Well, that is true.
The thing is, you'll do a cutoff. So if, let's say, Christmas, obviously it's on a Sunday this year. If Christmas is on a Thursday or later, then it's the upcoming week. So the team would play Sunday, then they would have a couple days and have a Thursday, Friday, Saturday game, right? If Christmas was on a Wednesday, Tuesday, or Monday, they would play Sunday of the previous week, then not play Sunday of the next week, and have a couple days break.
So you want a bye week very, very late for them.
It's not a bye week because you're playing a few days extra. So no, listen. So let's say Christmas, the cutoff is Thursday. So if it is a Thursday game, let me just use dates to.
Bro, why can't Jesus just have a singular day?
So let's say the 25th of December. The 25th of December is a Thursday. So that means Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So -4 is the 21st. The 21st is that Sunday. So if Christmas is Thursday, those teams that are playing on Christmas would play the 21st, that Sunday. Then they would have a couple days break and be able to play on that Thursday night, like if it was Thursday night football, just like any other time. Or if Christmas was on a Friday, they'd play Friday. They have an extra day other than Thursday. Or if it was Saturday, they would play on Saturday. Okay, but
You've
if the
lost
game
me.
is, how is that losing? How is this losing you? How this is easy? This is easy to understand. No, we're not moving. We're not moving on until you guys get this. Okay?
No. I get it.
Mamba doesn't get it. Mamba doesn't get it. Mastodon just. So Mamba.
What I'm saying is
I'm not
also NFLPA would not allow it to. The NFLPA would definitely go hard.
No, this would make it fine. This would make it fine. No, teams are fine playing on a Sunday and then on a Thursday. Teams have done that all this year.
That shit fucking sucks.
Oh, it sucks, but at the same time they've done it. So if Christmas is on a Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, the team would play the Sunday of that week. So they would have either a 4-5 or they would have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off at least, and maybe Thursday if it's a Friday game, or Friday as well if it's a Saturday game. Now, if Christmas is on a Wednesday, a Tuesday, or a Monday, they wouldn't play that Sunday. That would be their week, whatever week that is, would actually be the day late. So if Christmas is on a Monday, they wouldn't play their week, whatever week. I think it's week 16. They wouldn't play the week 16 game on Sunday. They play the week 16 game on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Whatever day Christmas was.
This sounds too complicated for Roger Goodell, so it's not going to work.
Also, when you try to mess with those days, like the Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday games, you're messing with college bowl season, and ESPN.
That is true.
Would fucking go off and say, no, we want our money for college football since they're only NFL things on Monday.
But it's Christmas Day. So you're only taking one day.
There's college games.
There's college bowl games.
What Christmas Day game is insane? All the good bowl games are in January. No, they're in January.
Rose Bowl?
That's I think January 1st. Yeah, that's January 1st. Yeah. All the good bowl games are the first, plus then also later with the college football playoffs later.
But you're taking money
out
from
ESPN. Look what website we're on.
One day. And it's also
you never knew how much
NFL football makes more money than college football usually. And also at the same time, you could also have special Christmas Day jerseys for the NFL, just like the NBA does.
Lob. Who owns ESPN? Disney. Disney's not going to allow that.
Yeah.
Also, Disney owns Fox.
Disney greenlit the Star Wars sequels.
Not Fox Sports. Not Fox Sports.
Wait, they're
that's
separate.
No, they're separate because of antitrust laws.
That's funny.
Because they technically have ABC or like one of those.
All I'm saying is one of the greatest traditions in American Thanksgiving is sitting around and watching 3 straight games of football. Why not do that on Christmas? That'd be amazing.
Fuck your picks. All right.
Yeah, just do it to the picks, please. I need to go to work early tomorrow. It's midnight.
All right. So we haven't taken into the account the Monday night game that was this spanking of the San Francisco 49ers. So Mamba's still in the lead 97-34. Week 11, he went 13-3. I am in second, 91-38. Week 11, I went 13-4. And Mastodon was the winner of Week 11, going 15-3, but is still in last place with an 87-38 overall record. Alrighty, our Week 12 predictions. Starting out with the Thursday games, the Thanksgiving games. Bills and Lions is coming up first. This is in Detroit, where the Bills literally just played. So I think the Bills are actually... Did they go back to Buffalo or did they stay in Detroit? Because I think if they're staying in Detroit,
they're going to be in Detroit.
Yeah.
No, they flew back because
there is some that flew back for family. Yeah, for family, but they're probably leaving their stuff there.
Honestly, Bills are going to win this game big. I say Bills by 21.
Not gonna lie, Lions kind of scare me. We're playing a Ford. I think Bills are still gonna win. Detroit Lions' defense isn't that great, and Josh Allen will still probably be cooking them. So let's go Bills by 14.
I'll say Bills by 17. Lions are kind of fun to watch, but I think Bills are still too much.
Yeah.
Next up, the 4:30 game on Thanksgiving is Giants Cowboys. This will be a good one. Giants are looking good this year, and Cowboys are coming off a big win against the against the Vikings. Hot take: Danny Dimes runs all over a defense for the Cowboys. I think Vanilla Vic's going to show out and really escape a lot of these pocket pressures they're going to put on him, and Saquon Barkley's going to run for a good bit of yards, and I think the Giants by 3 in overtime.
I mean, Cowboys defense is very good. And you're going Giants?
How many yards in total did Daniel Jones have from scrimmage last week? Was it like 400?
Yeah, but who they played?
Put Detroit? Some respect on Vanilla Vic. That's all I'm saying. He's a good quarterback.
I'm going opposite. I'm gonna go Cowboys by 7. I think it's gonna be close, but yeah, Cowboys by 7.
Always by 7. Oh, I hate myself having to pick one of these. God damn it. Giants by 7 on a last minute touchdown. Dabo just seems different as McCarthy. He's been losing Thanksgiving games.
Dabo will outcoach McCarthy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Giants by 7. I hate myself for saying lose.
The matinee game for Thanksgiving night, Patriots Vikings in Minneapolis. Vikings coming off a bad loss, Patriots coming off a bad win, if there is such a thing. I think the Vikings are just better than the Patriots, though. I still think it'd be kind of close, but honestly, Vikings by 14, I think, is what I'm going to go with.
Patriots' defense is very good, though. So they could hold the Vikings, but it's this is a tough one for me, but I'm gonna go with Bill Belichick here. We're gonna go Patriots by 3.
I'm saying Patriots by 3 because it's prime time. Kirk Cousins at prime time do not go well.
That is that fact. Oh,
right. I don't know why you went Vikings by 14.
Right. Where are you going?
Yeah, just looking down at some of the further games. Anyway, Sunday.
It's all 16 Thanksgiving games. Day. Nobody's on a bye.
Yep. Sunday games.
No
Buccaneers Browns in Cleveland. I believe. Yeah, this is actually the second. This is the last game that Deshaun Watson is out, so I'm gonna still take the Buccaneers by this one. I think it'll be a close game. We'll take them.
Wait, I thought Deshaun's in this game.
No, he's his first game back is going to be against the Texans.
Oh, that's actually kind of funny.
Yeah,
that was kind of planned in a way.
That was very ironic, huh? Yeah, I don't think Browns are gonna win. They're tank mode, so let's go Buccaneers by 7.
Bucks by 3. Yeah, Bucks by 3. If the Browns lose, a Browns win, I'll be laughing my ass off.
That'd be really funny.
A rematch of the AFC divisional round in Nashville, Bengals Titans. I'm not betting against my Bengals, and I think they can really do it. I believe DJ Reader's either back this game or next, but if he's back this game, that'd be great. We'll be able to stop Derrick Henry, and also, even without Chidobe, I think our secondary will be able to stop Ryan Tannehill and a very limited Titans pass attack. So I think I'll take the Bengals by 7 in this one.
Lob, I got something for you. Derrick Henry will be in your nightmares. All right, we're going Titans by 7.
Hey, listen, Logan Wilson will stop Derrick Henry. If anyone can stop Derrick Henry, it's Logan Wilson.
Totally. You wish.
Bengals by 10.
Hey, they raise them different in Wyoming. I'll tell you that much. They raise them different in Wyoming. Right, Texans Dolphins by 21. No explanation needed.
We're going Texas. No, I'm kidding. We're going Dolphins by. We're going Dolphins by 21.
Dolphins by 17.
Right, next up, Bears Jets. Jets at home in East Rutherford, New Jersey against the Bears. I think I'll take the Bears in this one. Take them by 3. I know the Jets defense is good, but also their off the field issues now with Zach Wilson are a bit of an issue, and I think
you're betting against the coin, Lob. You're betting against the coin.
I am betting against the coin.
Oh, shit. The coin.
Yeah, I will take the Bears by 3.
The coin said the Jets will be losing, so I'm gonna go Bears by 14.
Wait, I thought. Oh yeah.
Follow the
Wait.
coin.
Then
Follow the
yeah,
coin.
wait. Lob said Bears.
I said Bears.
I said Bears. Wait, you said Bears? I thought
Yeah,
you
I said
Jets.
Bears.
He said
no, I said Bears
yeah.
by
He
3.
said Bears.
They
I'm
have
thinking
off the field
Bears by
issues
3
with Zach
also.
Wilson. Yeah. All
Good
of us are
fucking
Bears
air.
by.
The coin has spoken. Okay.
Falcons, Commanders.
Wait. What did Lob go?
I went Bears by
Bears
3.
by 3.
Oh, I didn't hear. Oh my god, I'm just not hearing shit. Okay.
Falcons, Commanders. The Falcons have a good defensive line, but still, the Commanders' rush attack is really good. And I don't think the Falcons' offense can really compete well enough, especially stopping Jonathan Allen from sacking Mariota over and over. So I think I'm going to take the Commanders in this one by 7. I think it'll be a very slow, run-heavy game for both sides.
Bro, the Commanders should really get a Hennessy sponsorship because goddamn, they are looking good. Give me the Commanders by 7.
I have to go against the commies. Come on, Chokins by 3.
Oh, boo hoo! You're mad that they beat you.
Shut up! I'm saying
you're mad that they beat you.
Boo hoo! The choking Chokins will actually win against the commies by 3.
Right. Broncos Panthers. I'm gonna take the Broncos over the Panthers by 6. I think it's gonna be 12-6. It'll be a boring game. Russell Wilson sucks.
Bro, Hackett is a trash head coach. I'm surprised they haven't fired him yet. I mean, Panthers fired their head coach, and they're doing slightly better, I guess. So give me the Panthers by 3.
I'm going Panthers by 7. Fucking Broncos country, let's die.
Ravens Jaguars. I think the Jaguars defense is not good enough to stop Lamar Jackson, and the Ravens defense is going to be too much for Trevor Lawrence to deal with. I'll take the Ravens by 14, even though I don't want them to win.
As tickets as low as $34 and TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. I am going with the Ravens by 14.
I'm saying Ravens by 10. I think their secondary is going to give up points in the second half.
Yeah.
Righty.
This game.
Next up, Chargers Cardinals. I think they're planning on having Kyler Murray back by this time, but I don't think that matters. I'll take the Chargers by 7.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the Cardinals just needs to pack up their bags, all right, and just put them away, all right, because this season is pretty much done for them. Let's go Chargers by 10.
Chargers by 14.
Raiders Seahawks. I think I'll take the Seahawks in this one, though. I think it'll be close because the Seahawks will struggle against Josh Jacobs at the very least. I'll take the Seahawks by, let's go 5 against the Raiders at home.
Wait, what did you say?
Seahawks by 5.
Seahawks.
Okay, I thought you said Raiders for some like, huh?
No.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, Raiders suck ass as per usual. So we're gonna go Seahawks by. Let's go 10 again.
Seahawks by 14. They need to fire McDaniels, but they don't. But fucking Mark Davis doesn't have the money.
Yep, don't have the money.
Rams and Chiefs. I don't think the Rams are going to hold a candle to what the Chiefs are going to do to them. I'll take the Chiefs by 24.
I'm going to go Chiefs by 21.
Chiefs by 30. Yeah, nothing else needs to be said about that one.
Well, that's a 4:30 game. Why did they put that as 4:30?
It's Mahomes. Everyone wants to see Mahomes after their team plays.
Fair.
49ers Saints.
At the West Coast. It's also in the mountains, so the time wise also.
49ers Saints in California.
It's in Kansas City. It's not in the mountains.
That's Central Time, isn't it?
Yeah, but for New Orleans games, Atlanta games,
you're talking about LA.
Rams.
No.
People who don't care about football.
Well, what I'm saying is, even when the game's at New Orleans before 2, they put it at 4:30 sometimes because some time difference. They do that sometimes.
Alrighty. Saints 49ers in Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California. 49ers look too good to be stopped, especially by the Saints. I'm going to take 49ers by 10.
I would have to agree with you there, but I'm going to go 49ers by 14.
I think it's going to be low scoring, so 49ers by 7.
Next up, Sunday Night Football, Packers Eagles in Philadelphia.
This might actually be a good one.
No, Eagles by 14.
Well, you don't think Aaron Rodgers got it?
No, not against the Eagles defense. You kidding me? He's gonna be on his ass.
I mean, Eagles been looking a little shaky, so I'm gonna go Eagles by 3. I think it's gonna be a close one, but yeah.
Fuck yeah, gonna go hard. Eagles by 24.
Jesus Christ!
I need this.
Last but not least, Jeff Saturday.
Monday Night Football. Fuck the Steelers. I'll take the Indianapolis Colts by 10.
Give me Jeff Saturday, baby. Give me the Colts by 14.
Damn.
You really think Steelers are going to do anything good this game?
You know what? Yeah, because fucking Saturday beat Josh McDaniels as his only win, and the Eagles were just fucking shooting themselves in the foot. That's all it was. So Steelers by 3. Steelers by 3.
Oh, that's surprising. The Colts got Matt Ryan, and they got Jonathan Taylor actually running the damn ball.
Yeah. And a better balance of that. So, yeah.
A lot better balance.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I put the question in the chat, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Let's answer the question before we go. That's the wrap up for 11 and 12. Can you go ahead and read the question for me, Mamba?
Yeah. So the question for this week is: if you guys were to have careers on the NFL or on the field in NFL, what position would you want to play and why?
Oh man.
And actually train for it. He added in, and you train for it, not like we're just throwing you into the game right now. So something that you would actually be doing in a actual career.
Yeah. Thank you, Buzzy, for the question. Another good one. I've always liked to play.
We'll do that one first.
Yeah, I've always liked playing in the trenches when I played football in high school. And I probably should have focused more on football than basketball. I ended up being a better football player than basketball, even though I put a lot more time into basketball. But I played defensive end when I was in high school. I was real scrawny and quick, but I think if I would have put some meat on my bones back then, that would have been good. Nowadays, I think I would be a good lineman. I mean, I'm 6'6" and 300, so I'm basically the correct proportions already. So, I mean, I got the height and a bit of the weight. 300, yeah.
God damn, you're bigger than me.
Well, yeah, I'm 6'6". I'm taller than you.
I'm 6'5" and I weigh 230.
Yeah. I'm a bit on the heavier side. I do have a bit of weight in my gut, but what are you gonna do? But yeah, I like playing the trenches. Frame, so D end or defensive end, or either right guard or right tackle. I like the right sideline more than the left. What about you, Mamba?
So actually, back in high school, I had a high school football coach who actually wanted me to play on the O-line, but I didn't want to do it because I just didn't like football that much, or even just dealing with injuries and stuff like that. But I would probably play. I mean, if I did play in the NFL and did actually try to pursue a career in the NFL, I'd probably stick to that and somewhere on the O-line, center, either left tackle, right tackle, or the guards, either or.
Yeah, fair enough. What about you, Macedon?
Either kicker or punter. Well, okay.
That's actually fucking funny. You got the Aussie legs?
Okay. You imagine Macedon would be the type of punter to go out there and, like, he's sitting on the sidelines, has a pint of Yingling in his hand, and all of a sudden he goes out to, like, someone says, "Hey, Macedon, you're up." Oh shit! Just throws the Yingling behind him, puts his helmet on, no chin strap, like basically burping a beer, catches the ball, kicks it 90 yards, walks off, chugs another beer.
All right, what I weighed in high school was 160 pounds in high school, and I was like 6'2". I was a skinny motherfucker.
You would have probably got destroyed if you took any
I would have got destroyed. And I did not go out for my like high school football team at all because fuck that count. Like it's bad memories from that town. That's all I'd say for that.
Fair.
Me and my brother basically said we're getting the fuck out once we turned 18. He went to the army, then I did the college. Like we got the fuck out. We're never going back there again. Yeah, either kicker. I was just skinny fuck. Now I'm 240 because I'm a lazy ass now.
Fair.
What I did in high school was cross country and track.
Oh shit! I did cross country and track.
Yeah, because I was going baseball for a while I was really younger until moving into that town, which fuck that place.
Same.
So I just cross country and track.
I played 2 years of baseball freshman sophomore year, and then I stopped doing it, and then I just focused on track and cross country. Well, I did shot put, like I did the field part of the track.
Right.
I was long distance for track.
Yeah,
it was 2 mile, 1 mile.
With my height, I was already automatically put as center in basketball, lineman or D lineman in football, and goalie in soccer. So those were fun. All right. Did Muzzy have a second question, or are we just going with that one?
Yes. He said, "What do you think of your nickname, number, and celebratory dance/gestures would be?"
I mean, if I'm playing D line, you could have a couple when you get back. For O line, you don't really have any celebrations because you're playing O line. You know, you sit there, you block somebody, you shut up, and you go on to the next play.
Hey, you could have some crazy, just being like the fucking refrigerator that punches it in.
I mean, if I'm out there getting pancakes, I'll flip a couple on the griddle a little bit every now and then, or put some syrup on them. But other than that, I mean, I think if I'm a D lineman,
gotta have a nickname and a number.
A nickname and a number. I would go. I've always liked the number 8 ever since I watched Kobe as a young kid, so I'll probably go number 8. Just because, or my number in high school was 44, so either of those two. But as far as the dance, I feel like it would have to be only after sacks as a D lineman. I don't know. I'd probably just scream. I was a really emotionally hyped kind of player when I played sports, so I would probably just tackle somebody and get up and do the whole Clay Matthews rip both bottom chin strap buckles off and scream, just kind of that thing. That kind of vibe. I feel like that's what I'd go for. As far as a nickname, oh man, probably because my arms are so just long. I can almost touch my kneecaps without even bending my back. Probably just Stretch or something stupid like Mr. Fantastic. I don't know, something dumb.
Fantastic.
Just wow. What about you, Mamba?
Let's start with nickname. I would actually where Big Mamba came from was actually a nickname from baseball in high school. So I'd probably stick with that because I'm just big burly guy, just big brown guy. And then number, my go-to was 24. And then celebratory dance. What I could do is, with how Indians, they put the thing on their heads.
Yeah, the
red
war paint.
Yeah.
I would just do something.
Not war paint. No.
Sorry. Oh, god damn it.
War paint.
It's fucking late for me, okay? I gotta go to work tomorrow.
We're going to war, bitches.
Not Native Americans, India
and
Pakistan,
Jesus
Bangladesh, India.
But no, I would just go around the team, it would be a team celebration where I would just start doing this, just on people's forehead. Just thank you. Just some dumb shit like that. Thank you. Ooh. Thank you. Thank you.
Ooh. Bring ketchup. You just bring ketchup to a game and start smearing it on people's face. That'd be hilarious. My goodness. All right, Master,
you're up.
Number probably be number 2 for David Akers because David Akers. That's why. And nickname. For nickname, technically got one from college. While I was trying to commission into Air Force, I was maxing out the 1.5 mile runs, but my feet are bent inward. My feet are actually bent inwards while I was born. So I
pigeon-toed when you walk? Yeah.
Pigeon-toed. and all that. And the seniors was like, thought I was going to trip during the run. And next time I'm like maxing out. They're like, all right, you're quap. If you remember the
Quap,
the Flash game Quap.
Yes.
That's where I got, yep. They got that freshman year of college. Is like, yeah, you're Quap. Dance gesture. I don't fucking know.
Kickers always have their thing. Like Justin Tucker does like the whole Father, Son, and Holy Spirit thing. Evan McPherson, shooter. I don't know. Just chug a beer, pull a beer out of like you have like a waist belt full of beers, just down one.
Blood Eagle. How about Blood Eagle? I don't know if you guys know what that is.
Yeah, the old Viking. Yeah, no.
Vikinger. Vikings and verb. Vikinger.
Right.
My ancestors.
All right. That was all the questions we had, right, Mamba?
That's it. Yep.
Alrighty. So that wraps up our week 11 to 12 football stooges recap and prediction. We hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you leave a like and a question down below for us. If you have any, please make sure to follow us. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Have some fun time eating whatever you traditionally eat, whether it be turkey or ham or chicken, beef, tofu. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Food, just food in general.
Just food in general. So from us to you, have a happy Thanksgiving. And we're still planning to do episodes into the Christmas season, so we'll get working on those. Our schedules will be a little weird and different. We'll see how that goes.
I mean, Christmas is on Sunday. We should be fine.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, though, I might be driving down to Texas around that time.
Yeah, we'll work on how to get you, but we will get you episodes. We'll keep you updated. But again, for Mamba, for Macedon, and for myself, have a great week and a happy Thanksgiving. See ya.
See ya.